All right, I'm back, and we back out of here. Just need to just chill a little bit, you know. There's Dad. See, here's something I want to say is I don't know my character's name. I don't know his name, other than he was the SIFU of the school, and your character's father. Uh, it's like you'll notice, like this tower. It's called the Tower, and she's the CEO. But it actually has a name, El Dorado. But then you know you go to other locations like the club, and it's called the club. You know, very generic, very simple names, and honestly, I don't recall ever hearing my character's name or seeing it. Maybe it was mentioned, then I missed it, but there's nowhere in here to look up the lore. I mean, you know, look up that info anyway. So I'll have to go online, I guess, and figure that shit out. But it's just weird to me that your main character is just filling a role. Basically, there's no real depth to your character. There's, you know, you don't even have a name that I'm aware of. Uh, but at its core, you know, with the fighting and the different locations, and even within those locations, the variety of rooms that you fight in and areas you fight in, is so it's a really nice blend, a really nice mixture. The fighting for the most part is good, but there are issues with it too, like with you know, you're forced into this combat stance. You're like rubber banding to the enemies around you. The auto tracking system is locking on to enemies that you don't want to attack. You inexplicably, like you'll really notice it with when you're throwing a bottle or something. You're throwing it at an enemy directly in front of you, maybe 3 feet away from you, and it heaves the bottle to some enemy that's not even on screen, right? It's, I mean, your your attacks will also be directed the same way. It's on occasion, like, so it's not perfect. It's not all it could be, I guess. Is what I'm saying. But what's here is definitely worth playing and worth trying to master. You know. And I'm not into fighting games, and I always struggle with the timing. You know, like the parries and stuff like that. Going way back, I've always struggled with it. It's just been an issue. Like 2D fighting games, I've never been into. You know, like Mortal Kombat and Tekken and all, you know, whatever else. And but there are some like 3D fighting games I've gotten into, or games that have fighting elements in them, like Ghost of Tsushima, which, you know, can be really fun. But just flat out, straight up fighting games, never been into all that much, with a few rare exceptions. Like this game is worth it. You know, it does have replay because it's just impossible for me, and I think most of us master it the first time through. You know, it takes several runs, and it takes a while to get the build you want. There are several builds you can do. You know, like I'll show you. Right now, I have strong sweep focus. Most people go for this because it only costs one bar of focus to use it. And if you rely on like by default, you get the eye. What is it? The eye gouge or no eye poke. Uh, and you can follow that up. There's a sweep move you can manually perform, uh, and it's a combination of using the left stick on the Xbox controller. So you pull it, down and then up, and then follow that with the Y. You can also use the same down up with the stick and then use X to push an enemy away. Uh, but the down up Y actually does a leg sweep, drops them on the. I should show you that while I'm talking about it. Drops them on the ground. You can get a couple hits in. That's the same. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the strong sweep focus. Yeah, but yeah, uh, it does the same thing as the strong sweep focus. Um, so if we look over here, combos, see what I'm talking about. Yeah, this one, the sweep. It's just called the sweep. Strong sweep. I don't know why they call it that. Focus is it's the same thing. Um, Leg sweep, drop on their back, get a couple punches in. But for whatever reason, like when I try to do that, because you have to do it kind of quick, um, it's easy to mess it up, and for whatever reason, he won't sweep sometimes. He'll just kind of push him a little bit, and that's not what I want. And I think a lot of people kind of have issues with that as well. A lot of average players, I'm talking like me, uh, struggle with that a bit. So it's easier to use the strong sweep focus move, but you have to build focus up to use it. It's one bar of focus, and it's the cheapest focus move to purchase or to use. Well, to purchase too. It's 500 XP per. Uh, 500 per unlock, and it's 5 total to get the permanent unlock option, then another one, so it'll be what, 3,000 XP to unlock it permanently, and it's the cheapest to use in terms of focus, like I said. Anyway, I'm going around and around in circles now. But this one I just began permanently unlocking. These others I've permanently unlocked several: weapon mastery, invert throw, vertical strike, focus, which requires 2 focus bars, ground counter, which I haven't fucking been using. Pushback cancel, again, another one, because I just don't even think about it in the left bumper half the time. I have to train my mind, I have to, so it becomes second nature to use some of these moves. In its own way, though, this game is quite beautiful. Simplistic yet beautiful. And I love the background music. I mean, that's definitely a 10 out of 10. They nailed it. The background music. Except for a couple moments where you're hearing like what sounds like a bell of some sort. But this right here is fantastic. And it's a nice view too. Plus you can look at it from outside. A little stuttering right there in the transition. So I'm playing this on my laptop. Bought the game on Epic Game Store because it's exclusive to Epic for PC and exclusive to Sony PlayStation for consoles. But it's a timed exclusive. It's not permanent. It's like a year. At least the console exclusivity is 1 year, I believe. I'm not sure with Epic. You know, I have Steam, and I mean, I had Steam long before. I downloaded and installed Epic just so I could buy this game, you know. But I hate, you know, game stores. Exclusivity deals should not be a thing. You know what should be a thing? What attracts people to a game store is great service and great deals and fantastic presentation. Maybe focus on that shit more than trying to buy your way to #1 and destroy the competition that way. That's just ridiculous. You know? I kind of resent it too. So I feel, you know, there's that. I feel a bit dirty, you know, having bought this off Epic Game Store. But in terms of quality, it's definitely better than PlayStation 4 Pro, which I have. And the streaming quality is much better. I'm streaming with OBS. And, you know, it looks damn good. Damn good. Okay, well, that's enough chit-chat.